318, you guys. 318. Nope, it's 311. I can't read. Here you go. Okay, so objective. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at zeros of a parabola. And zeros are just simply X-intercepts. Yeah. You didn't get one? Well, that's no good. Who else didn't get one? Oh, Max? Okay, here. There you go. I'm so sorry. Too happy. You guys want to pass one all the way back to Max? Keep going all the way to Max. Okay, so zeros of a parabola. So let's just draw a picture, okay? So let's just draw a picture. Really easy picture. And I know you know this. I really do, okay? Here, let's take a look at a parabola, right? There's a parabola. Kind of a bad looking parabola, but it is what it is. And we know the zeros are right here on this one and right here. So the zeros are a couple of things. One, it's the height. The height is 0, so the y value is 0. So if you got, so the zeros of parabola are x-intercepts, or any value of x, any value of x that makes the equation 0. Okay? Okay. So, and we're going to get more into that later, but x-intercepts, right? So, if I plug in an x value and I get an answer of 0, it's 0, okay? Does that make sense? So, we can rewrite it a third form. So, first of all, real quick, we've seen, and don't write this down, we've seen y equals ax, don't write this down, plus bx plus c, right? Standard form. Standard form, okay? Oh my goodness gracious, it's Monday. It is Monday of daylight savings time, isn't it? Standard can help us all form. We've seen this, y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Don't write this down, you can just watch, you guys know this. And that's vertex form, right? You guys agree with that? Hopefully you know that, because you just took a quiz and you should know this. And then finally, today we're going to a third kind, and that's x-intercept form. So if we have y equals a, x minus h, x minus k, that's in what we call x-intercept form. And these would be my x-intercepts, or my zeros. So in example 1, here's my zeros. There and there, right? And we've done that before from our mini equations, right? So from our mini equation it says find the zeros. Well, all right, that's not too hard. So I set it equal to 0. I have an x plus 3 times an x minus 1. We have done this for like, what, about a month, right? You guys agree, for about a month? So if you solve this in your mini equations, x plus 3 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0, you get x equals negative 3, and x equals 1. Those are my zeros, okay? Nothing new. You guys agree? They're also x-intercepts, so they're zeros, and they're also x-intercepts, right? This is nothing new. We've done this before, so this should be easy, okay? So now, can you graph this? Well, sure, I can graph this. So if I go ahead and get my ruler out, let's see, hold on, you guys. I'm going to graph this. And, okay, if I know some things, let's see, what do I know? Well, I've got an x-intercept at negative 3, right there. And I've got an x-intercept of 1, right there. So, easy question. Where's the line of symmetry? Right in the middle. Line of symmetry has got to be right in the middle. Right there. So this is nothing new. We had a conversation this morning. Remember, Ethan, you and I were talking about how it just keeps building onto itself, right? And so we keep saying the same stuff over and over again, just in a slightly different way, right? So we know our line of symmetry is x equals negative 1. You guys agree? Because what Cameron said is totally right. It's got to be right smack dab in the middle, right? So if I want to find the vertex, let's plug x equals negative 1 into our equation. So we're going to plug it into here, because that's my equation, right? Plug it into my equation to find out what the corresponding y value is, because it's still an x. So I'm going to take my x equals negative 1. I agree. That's where my vertex is, right on that line. So my vertex is negative 1 something. Okay, hopefully I'm not going too fast. I'll back up. Okay, I agree with Cameron. Here's my x-intercepts. I agree that the line of symmetry has got to be right in the middle. Okay, at x equals negative 1. The vertex itself has to lie on this, so it's negative 1 something. To get the something, we take negative 1 and plug it in. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in and take it and go, all right, I'm going to go y equals my negative 1 plus 3 times my negative 1 minus 1, because I plugged negative 1 in for x. Okay, so that's going to be y equals a 2 times a negative 2, which y is equal to a negative 4. Okay, so here's what I did. I knew the vertex had to be on this line. Had to be. The vertex has got to be at negative 1 for x. I took negative 1 and plugged it in to get the y value. And I got negative 4. So I can go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is my vertex. And then I can just connect the points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to connect the points. Something like that, okay? That's pretty easy. It's the same stuff. Yeah, R2? Into the equation. The equation I'm given. Now I plugged in because there's two x's, right? So here and here, because they're both x's, right? And then what I got was negative 1 plus 3 and negative 1 minus 1, and I was able to solve for what the y value is. Okay, now example 2, find the zeros. Well, what do we know? Set it equal to 0. Okay. All right. So set it equal to 0. Can we solve this? Sure. Let's factor, okay? Let's factor. After we factor, we'll get our mini equations and we'll get our answer, okay? 0 equals parentheses x plus 4x minus 1. You guys okay with that? All right, we get 4 times negative 1. They also add up to 3. So my mini equations are going to be x equals negative 4 and x equals positive 1, right? I skipped the little step, but you guys know how to solve that, right? Minus 4, plus 1, plus 1. So let's put at least that on my graph, okay? All right, let's put that on my graph. All right. All right, here we go. So I'm going to have my x-intercepts at negative 4, right there, and 1. Okay, line of symmetry. Am I going too fast? Line of symmetry. Line of symmetry. Where's that line of symmetry? Okay, it's got to be right smack dab in the middle, right? So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be at, go back, 1, 2.5. Because it's right smack dab in the middle. So it's really right there at negative 1.5. X equals negative 1 and 1/2. Okay, you guys see it? Here's my spread. Think about the spread. It's a spread of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a spread of 5, right? Halfway of that spread would be 2.5, right? So I went 2.5, 2.5. Puts me right in the middle. That's right in the middle at that line right there is right smack dab in the middle, which is at negative 1.5, okay? Yes. So somewhere along the line is the other y value, right? So plug it in. You're totally right. So go y equals negative 1.5 squared plus 3 times negative 1.5 minus 4. Isaac, can I borrow your calculator, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm just going to let the calculator do the work, right? Sorry, I know you're almost done. Parentheses negative 1.5 squared plus 3 times negative 1.5 subtract 4. Let the calculator do the work for you. You guys agree? I got a negative 6.25. So I got a negative 6.25. So my vertex, I know where my vertex is, right? My vertex is at negative 1.5 comma negative 6.25. Okay, so I can graph that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.25. About, we can guesstimate about there, right? About there, guesstimate. Okay. Graph it in. I also go through negative 4, but you know that's the set point. There you go. How am I doing? Okay. So before I turn the page, it's as easy as this. You guys agree? X-intercepts. The vertex got to be smack down in the middle. Right? Boom, boom, 2 points. Where's the line of symmetry? Right straight down the middle. Everybody agree? Okay. Super easy. You guys agree with that? Okay, ready to turn the page? Now, example, find the equation of the parabola with a vertex of this passing through this. Now, all of a sudden we got a vertex. We got to go and use our vertex formula. Okay, we got the other formula. Can we do that? Sure. I can do that. I can go, okay, y equals sum a times x minus h squared plus k. Now, I'm not going to use my formula I gave you today because it was giving me a vertex, right? So we've got 3 formulas. We've got standard form. We've got vertex form, and now we've got intercept form. All right, so let's go ahead and plug the 3 and the 5 in here. So I'll go y equals a times x minus 3 squared plus 5. Here's my vertex. Opposite, remember, opposite, and there's my 5, okay? Now there's some number here that we need to find that puts it through the point 6, 0. Okay, 6, 0 has an x and a y value. Let's put the 0 here for y. The 0 goes for y, okay? And the 6 goes in for the x. Okay, let's figure out what a is. Okay, I can do that. And if 0 equals a times 3 squared plus 5, right? I just went 6 minus 3. I'm going to square that and make that 9. A times 9 plus 5. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to go slowly. I'm just going to solve. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Minus 5, so I got negative 5 equals a times 9. Divide by 9, and I get negative 5 over 9 equals a. So my equation, we've done this kind of problem before. Let's take this and put it right there, okay? Let's put this, put it right there. Let's take the negative 5 ninths and put it in for a. So my equation would be y equals negative 5 ninths x minus 3 squared plus 5, okay? Here's a vertex, 3, 5. Has to go through this point because we found the a that makes it work. Okay, last but not least. Okay, you ready? Okay, it's got zeros. It's got zeros of x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. Okay, we got zeros. So, we got 3 equations now. 3 equations. I want to use this equation, okay? Because it talks about zeros, right? Okay, so let's write that down. I've got y equals sum a times x minus h x minus k, all right? I'm going to put the 3 there and the negative 2 there, and let's figure it out. So I'm going to go y equals a. I'm going to go x minus 3 times x minus a negative 2, all right? I'll stop for a second, let you see what it did. I used my zeros equation, okay? Here's my equation on the front page. This is the equation we wrote on the front page. I'm going to put 3 right there. Put negative 2 right there, okay? So I'm going to have y equals a times x minus 3 times x plus 2. Double negative, right? Double negative. Okay, now, how do I find the value of a? Easy. I know, it's easy for me, right? Well, this is x, and that's a y, right? That's an x value and a y value. So I'm going to put 3 in for the y, right there. Put 0 in for all of the x's, for what the x is. 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 2. How am I doing? Okay, and I'm going to be able to find a pretty easily. 3 equals a times negative 3 times 2. 3 equals, yeah, I'm going to do a little slightly different, but you're right. Negative 6, right? It's multiplied, negative 3 times 2. Divide by negative 6, and I'm going to get negative 1/2, right? Because I just reduced that. Now, almost done. I'm going to take this negative 1/2. I'm going to put it right there for my answer. I'll put it right there for my answer. So my answer is going to be y equals negative 1/2 times x minus 3 times x plus 2. Okay? And we don't have really time for the journal. We only got about 10 minutes left. But that's that. And I do have homework for you, okay? And we probably won't do an exit ticket today because all we do is work, work, work. How's that for the first day back? Hour early, right? Look, well, you got to sleep. Oh, yeah, I got to stand up. Gosh darn it, Davies. Everybody done with the quiz? Good.
Damien, do you remember which one you pressed?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the middle one.
Which one? Is
The
it the
middle
middle?
one right there.
No, you hit record right there. Thanks, Isaac. How'd I do that again? You're a good man.
You didn't even do it.